Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Look at here, look at here. Some people really should never be given a platform. And this next individual, even though I just said what I said, this next individual definitely needs to be put on the spotlight to highlight that y'all need to be careful with who y'all procreate, okay? And the cowardice in society, oh my Lord Jesus. This video that we're gonna watch is about this one girl who decided that on the day of her father's funeral that she would go out and just pretty much berate this man. However, she then goes on to say about how and some other of her other videos, which we will show you, that her dad, did nothing but, care for her and all this other stuff. There's, times where, parents have to be parents and you might not have to like. I mean, there's a lot of times where my parents did things that I didn't like, but I knew that they were telling me these things and doing these things in order to instill discipline in me and to make sure I correct some of the bad behaviors that I inherently, have as a human being. We all are not inherently good. We are inherently bad. It's up to our parents to make sure that we know the difference between what's right and wrong, what's bad and what's good, and to correct that behavior before we get into it into the adult years, because hey, in society you just can't go around, contrary to what people think, you just can't go around taking and stealing people's shit. You can't go around stabbing someone simply because you dislike them. No, that's not how it goes, and that responsibility is left up to your parents, not society, to teach you these norms of what is accepted in society, what type of behavior is accepted into society, what is not. So without further ado, let's go ahead and listen to this. My God. Let's go ahead.
Be aware of all that you give in this family, I still don't miss. But Dad, please know that while I am grateful and highly aware of all that you give in this family, I still don't miss you. When you died, I felt like there was a hole. I missed something, but it wasn't you. It was the idea of what you could become. I missed being able to hope and wish that one day you turn a corner and see the world from my perspective. I missed the idea that one day you might help me fight for the things that matter. I missed my fantasy of you. Because when you died, it solidified the fact that you'll never be what you could have been, but only what you are. And what you are is a racist, misogynistic, xenophobic, Trump-loving, cis-straight white man. That is all you will ever be to me. And Dad, before you tell me to respect the dead, please remember that you disrespected and disregarded the lives and deaths of entire communities of people with your ideology. You told me to never back down, so I won't. You know for a fact that even against you, I'm not afraid to share my peace. You are everything I aspire not to be, and I refuse to stand up here and sing the praises of a man who was the paradigm of white supremacy. So I'll take your racist mindset, I'll take your money, and I'll take your advice. And I swear to God I will make this world a better place. Not at all because of you, but in exact opposition to you. Thank you.
So you obviously can tell this girl had a father who told her to never back down from things, right? Stand up. No father takes that type of initiative unless they want you to be better than they are, or be better in ways that they couldn't. Maybe they weren't as strong, or maybe they weren't as outspoken. But I've never in a million years would think that parents don't want their children to exceed in life more farther than they have. I mean, I would think that's the pride of parents, is when their children exceed all expectations, even the ones that they themselves have set and placed for them. You obviously see that. That's what he expected from his daughter, or else she would have never said that in any of her speeches. Oh, this fucking speech that she gave, her eulogy. But the fact that she can't even respect her father enough to be a different human being, to have his own thoughts, about things and just talk about the dead lives, the lives of other dead people in the community. That's not his fucking responsibility. His responsibility is to first off and foremost take care of your ungrateful ass. That is the responsibility of every parent, is to put their children even before them. They don't give a damn about anybody else's kids. They give a damn about you. Because contrary to what society is telling everybody, and being a product of both, loving adoptive parents, and then that of the system, that just pretty much shat all over me. I know for a fact, no one will care about you more than two loving parents. Okay? Not trying to sit here and say that there aren't some shitty ass parents, but when I came into foster care, I saw a sharp difference in how communities think of children who don't have parents, and how parents who adore their children, how they treat them, how they put them on a pedestal to tell them that they can do anything they put their mind to. All right. And I don't know much about her mom, but her dad, and I don't know about their relationship as far as being a family unit or whatever. But she did this on his grave where he couldn't even have a chance to talk about this with her. She waited until he died. A lot of people may say that's brave. No, that's cowardice. I have to ask her, did you have this conversation with him while he was alive? Did you wait in order to get your 5 minutes of fame so you could be a fucking TikToker and gain your family that way? I promise you, these people don't care about you. They don't care about you. And if you have an extended family, maybe your mama might care, but the rest, his grandma, his mom and dad, his brothers and sisters, you think they're going to give a shit about your ass now? If that man cared about you that much, I can only imagine how his siblings and his side of the family cared about you. You just alienated all of them for this cowardice of an act that you, in your mind, your warped mind, thought was brave. And when it comes to the black community, bitch, you will never be black. There's so many people like you who are mixed, who think you're above black people, just like you think you're above white people in this sense. The most racist motherfuckers I have seen in this society, not white people. Some Asians, yeah, but nowhere near the amount when it comes to black individuals. And I know Candace Owens gave a little, did a clip the other day when it came to a black woman asking her, I wish you had more positive things to say about black women in society than you do about black men. And I 100% agree with Candace. While I was growing up, while I was in foster care, not one black boy made fun of me and did things to me that was just, actually only two. And that's because I was, just coming into knowing that there are bad people in society, and I trusted the wrong individuals. Not to sit here and say that every individual in the black community is untrustworthy, but the majority of them who live in poverty are. And y'all are like, that's such a generalization. There's a reason why there's so much betrayal in my community. When you have limited resources and people are fighting for those limited resources, of course it's going to instill betrayal, distrust, violence. It's human nature to fight for the very little scraps that are around in order to just survive. It's common sense. And for me to sit here and say it, it's not me bashing my own community. This is something I have simply observed through the lens of a young girl. And up to this day, it hasn't changed. So I don't like people like this because they do tend to, in my community, think they are better than black people, all like, who are darker than they are. They do. You will never be part of the black community, and you black fucking supremacists are what's wrong with our society as all in a whole. Your victim mentality, you're not a fucking victim. How are you a fucking victim? You just sat here and said you'll take his mentality, you'll take his money. That's all you guys are. You're just fucking nothing but takers. The same things that you say that white people are, the ones that you hate so much. It's funny how you've now become the very thing you fucking hate. And you decide to do this by dancing on their fucking graves like this. You're not fucking brave. You're a fucking little bitch and a coward. That's what you are. And I'll tell you what. In my community, like, okay. I have my biological family, my adopted family, which, they did pass away. And then I have my surrogate family. I don't want to get to know my biological family. I tried to. I really did. And I was shown so much disdain. And going back to what Candace Owens was saying, how, because I talk white, or I speak proper English, or I like math, or I like school, I was considered different. Oh, you're trying to be white. No, this is just what I grew up with. My adopted parents decided to put me in private school. They decided to let me play the piano. They wanted me to read more encyclopedias. They wanted me to play Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune instead of watching fucking BET. This is who I am. If you don't fucking like that, then oh fucking well. But it's people like you. I can say this. It's people like you who fucking have parents who let you watch BET, go around fucking having so many goddamn kids. Like you can have your own little orphanage. You got no fucking father figures. Then they grow up to be fucking criminals and just do nothing but keep branding our society with these fucking social stereotypes that none of us like. But somehow we just somehow, I don't know. We eat it up. We fucking eat it up. Why? Because I don't know. I don't know why. But anyways, let's go to this other video where she can cry all her little fucking little tears all she want. Bitch, you ain't nothing but a racist. Your ass shouldn't have a fucking platform. It's people like you that kept your mentality. It's people like you and your mentality that kept my answers. Black people, actual black people, not mixed, black people had us in segregation, had us in the back of the bus. People like you were trying to pass for white. Okay? So I don't want to fucking hear that you're a black supremacist. No, bitch, you're not a fucking black supremacist. You are a white. You are a mixed supremacist with some hierarchy that you think you are better than whites and better than blacks. That's what you fucking are. But anyways, we're gonna watch this other video where she tries to, say, no, you can't fucking take it back. You said all this shit about him, and then you trying to make it clear that your dad did all these nice things and all this other stuff, but you just had to get this off your chest. No, bitch, you can't fucking undo that. Shit enrages me. I don't know if I can ever have kids because of my age, but if I ever had kids, knowing that I, typically do date outside my race, I did typically do date outside my race, knowing that. The only reason why is because, I always got picked on. I always felt like I was less than, and therefore I didn't even want to invest in my community. Why would I want to invest in a community that does nothing but fucking chastise me and tell me how I'm not black enough? Why? Why would I want to torment myself with that fucking bullshit? But then let's see how she tries to justify this bullshit.
My mind. Insert cash or select payment type.
How does it feel to have a racist dad when you are what he hates? He fights to keep the poor man poor and make America great. He can't see that his kids are dying. We're the ones he wants locked up.
First off, like I said before so many times, his responsibility is to you, not all these other fucking baby kids who ain't got mom, who ain't got daddies to fucking whip their ass to make sure they don't break the law. That ain't his fucking problem. His priority is you. And you so fucking ungrateful. Look at your fucking, just look at her room. Look at her room. You think these black kids who don't have dads, who depend on the government for welfare because their mom was fucking brainwashed to say, oh, I don't need a man. You think they live in rooms like this? Really? Wake up, you fucking naive little girl.
And he can't fight for his kids that aren't white if he just wants to stay stuck. I knew that a time would come where I couldn't tell him thank you. And now the time has come where I can't tell him thank you anymore. And while he has done a lot of negative shit, he's done a lot of positive for me.
That's what parents do. Everything your parents are not there to be your fucking friends. Your parents are there to be your fucking parents. Your parents are there to instill in you values that will make you a productive person to society, not a fucking burden. If you don't understand that comes with discipline and making sure that your children know what's right from wrong, then you're just a lost fucking cause. And I can only imagine how your kids are going to turn out. I just pray that they don't shit on your fucking grave, because the way that you're going with being a black supremacist, you will instill in them racist ideology. You will instill in them that they cannot go to a white man or Asian man or a Puerto Rican man or a Hispanic man or whatever, or a woman. All that's in sorry. This is all encompassing. This will only teach them to be to isolate themselves into black culture and black culture only, even if it has toxicity that runs rampant through it. This is what you will do. And I pray to God they don't dance on your fucking grave and go the other way and say, you know what? Fuck you. I am going to embrace all cultures. I am going to embrace everyone around me. Mark my fucking words. You're going to regret this.
That I'm very thankful for. And I just really want to remember to tell the people in my life that I appreciate them and I'm thankful for them. Even the people that I have beef with, even the people that I'm not so close to, I want them to know that I'm thankful for the role that they played in my life and making me the person that I am. Black experience is literally an experience like no other. Which is
bitch, you are not black. You will never be black. You will never have our experience. You are mixed. Therefore, by definition, you don't have a black experience. You have a mixed experience.
Why I'm at an HBCU and pretty much only want to have black friends and partners.
I'm telling you right now, I wouldn't want to be your fucking friend. And if I ever have my friends who are black, I'll tell them to stay the far fuck away from your bitch ass. You are nothing but toxicity.
It's impossible to explain the black experience. Like, you can have a black husband, you can have a black child, you will literally never understand the black experience. Saying that I could be racist the same way a white person could be racist completely invalidates the racism experienced.
What is racism? What is racism? Racism is not towards just black people. Racism is racism against all freaking different races. You are having a predetermined notions and concepts about a group of people based off of their skin tone. That is what we call racism. And these fuckers like to redefine what that word means to justify their actions. You know, bitch, you are fucking racist. I hope all your future employers look at you and say, you know what? I don't want this toxic bitch in my fucking workplace. You're nothing, but you're gonna cause nothing but lawsuits after fucking potential lawsuits, because you are a threat, to be honest. You're a threat to everything in our society when it comes to diversity or making everything inclusive and all that. Because if it was left up to you, you wouldn't be inclusive. You are already like that. You say you are a black supremacist, therefore you are not inclusive to anything other than just blackness. And you're not even fucking black, you fucking dick.
When white people experience what they call racism, it's like they're being called a Karen. When black people experience racism, it's being thrown in jail unnecessarily. It's being shot in the streets for literally doing nothing. It's having your neighborhood gentrified. It's having your district red.
Maybe you should want your neighborhood, let's call it gentrified. Maybe that'll give you the fucking ability to stop being tied to the fucking government that's never gonna make you it's not gonna elevate you out of your poverty. They need you as a base group, okay? At least the Democrats do. They need you as a base group to keep fighting for, making sure you have a better life. So they need you to stay poor. Why doesn't that fucking get through people's head? They need you to stay poor. Or else if you get rich, who are they going to target? Who's going to be their audience, their constituents? They need to keep you poor. But if you only understood that, hey, if they start to gentrify my neighborhood, that means my property value is going to go up. Property value that then contributes to how schools are funded. In particular, black schools. So maybe if you got off the fucking welfare, merry-go-round and said, I need to since gentrification is coming and my property value is going to go up, which means my taxes are going to go up, I probably should find a way to make more money. Because I know the government they're probably going to tell me I'm already capped off, so I have to make some way to make money, more money. Instead of you being more innovative, you just become more dependent. And then you fucking get mad when when you have to get kicked out of your fucking neighborhoods. Look at these neighborhoods that are looking to be gentrified anyways. They're fucking shitholes. You want black people living like rats in the fucking cities? Really? That's your solution? Really? And here you say you're all about for black supremacy and black excellence. How is this living next to each other like fucking rats, fucking black excellence? How is that anything to be fucking proud of? If I was black, I would want more business coming into my neighborhood. I know what that means for me and my kids. But you're too fucking dumb. You don't even see that.
It's having your health needs be dismissed. It's having you be perceived as overly aggressive when you're not. So to tell me that you as a white person experience racism the same way black people do, that's just absurd.
That's like you telling me as a mixed person. You're telling me as a black person, some mixed bitch, that you know what racism is? Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. And I know this I get so, I was having this conversation a little bit with someone a couple of days ago. I really do not like bitches like this. When it comes to these mixed children, I get really heated when they start talking like this, because a lot of the shit that they experience, a lot of the shit that black people experience, full black people experience, they will never experience, because there is this thing called colorism. This bitch want to act like colorism isn't a thing in our society. And you know who benefits from that colorism? You want to know who really benefits from that colorism? Bitches like that. And she fucking knows it. You will never be black. Okay? You want to talk about black power and all this other crap. You will never be black. And I hope more people start standing. I hope more black people who don't want this type of bullshit poisoning our community and it's going to start another stereotype. It's going to start another stereotype that black people are aggressive and they are racist, even towards their own people. I mean, I'm racist anyways towards these types of fuckers. Yeah, I am, because they are a poison. They are a poison to society and our communities. But, I'm sorry I got really heated about this one, but I always get heated when I see this shit. And there's so many there's so many black channels on YouTube that talks specifically about this. Black females who talk specifically about this, in which there might be products that are designed for actual, nappy hair girls, and then they put a fucking mixed girl on there who doesn't even have our type of texture, but then they are the ones who are given the opportunities. They are the ones that are given the money. They literally took it from a black girl who is actually all black, who has our hair type. They will take that opportunity away from her. Why? Oh, it doesn't seem as threatening. Oh, you're mixed, so it might appeal more, or you have more European features, so you're more beautiful. It's only as of late, and honestly, it's all fucking fake too. It's only as of late where they've put girls, black girls, into, you know, movies and TV shows and commercials that actually have their natural hair and not being forced to wear these fake ass fucking, you know, Brazilian waves and all this other shit from other cultures. Why? Why is it all of a sudden turning? Because of money, because of popularity, and it's like everyone wants to be black now. What it's not authentic. It's not fucking authentic. And you ain't fucking authentic too. You're just looking for your 15 minutes of fame. You're looking for your new family who's going to embrace you because you just fucking dogged your own fucking family. Good luck with that. Good fucking luck with that. Sorry about the rant. No, I'm not sorry about the cursing. I'm just sorry if it offended. No, I'm not sorry if it offended anybody. But I do apologize for those who don't like really a lot of cursing. But I get heated in these types of discussions with these types of people, and it really irks me to my core. But anyways, thanks. If you were able to watch all of this with my cursing, thanks for watching it. Until next time, stay triggered.